Alright, so today I was asking myself, how do you bridge the gap from where you are now and where you want to go in the future? And to be honest, it's not as complicated as you think it is. I'll kind of draw this shit out. So, one thing that I've kind of understood is you have to kind of fake it. Fake it till you make it. I'm sure you heard that shit everywhere, bro. Fake it till you fucking make it. And I've never really understood what that means. What does it mean, fake it till you make it? Am I just lying to people? Am I lying to myself? And if you look at any celebrity, what's his name, Drake, bro, this guy used to drive a fucking Rolls Royce. He used to rent it out and pretend like it was his. And then use that to kind of trick his mind to believe that he already had that car. And next you know, in the future, 10 years down the line, he ended up buying that same exact car. So multiple people have done the same thing, where they kind of pretend to be the person that they want to be in the future. And so what I've understood from this take is that you can't just bridge this gap with time, because it's not a linear equation. You don't just wait for time to pass by and you wake up and say, oh shit, I'm rich now. Oh, that's not how it happens. So what changes between this timeline has to be your mindset and how you act. So for example, if in this stage, I'll put it in color. Let's say from here now, you're broke in red. You start off broke here. And your goal is to be a millionaire. As I said before, you don't just snap your finger and wake up a millionaire. You don't just wake up a millionaire. So the bridge here is both time and effort. The difference is, if you do not put the effective effort, the time will matter. And vice versa, if you don't put in the right effort, if you don't put in the right amount of time into the effort, then it will work. So you need both. Now, again, the simplest way that I've found is the person that you are in this moment. So, in this current moment, you are probably identifying with all your variables that are broke. You probably dress bummy, probably look bummy. You think, oh fuck, I can't get rich, I can't get money. And so you identify your identity based off this current moment. This guy here, he probably thinks, acts, behaves completely different from what you currently are. So one thing I've kind of understood is map out what this guy looks like. So how does he dress? How does he look? What does he eat? Does he wear nice clothes? Does he wear a nice fucking bucket hat? Like, it can be really stupid, but you need to get into the nitty-gritty of it. So let's say he wears nice glasses. I don't know, bro. Something simple, okay? And now let's say the current year dresses, I don't know, like a punk. Baseball cap and all kinds of shit.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay, so again, it might seem extremely simplistic to change the way you dress, but it makes a huge difference on how people perceive you. Think of it this way, okay? If you're black and you dress like what you fucking consume, like a typical hood nigga, you wear do-rags, I don't know, fucking tracksuits everywhere you go. It doesn't matter what you think of yourself, you're projecting an image. And so people will see you for what this current identity you're projecting out. It doesn't matter how rich you are. People are going to judge you based on what they see. And so when they see you, they're gonna think, oh fuck, he's this. Oh, he's a hip hop guy. Whatever it is, bro. It can be the most stupid assumptions. But people judge you based off what they see. Now, if you're a multimillionaire, I don't think you're gonna be wearing a do-rag to a business meeting. You're probably gonna wear a suit, probably gonna wear some tailored clothes, some nice jewelry. And so these are completely two different people in terms of what they present to other people, imagery-wise. So what I would suggest is start becoming like this guy. How does he dress? Mimic his dress, his dressing attire. Mimic his body language. How does he walk? Does he walk like a thug? Does he walk back and forth, or does he walk chest out, confident, slow striding. Like it makes a whole difference on how you present yourself and how you act. And so even if you don't necessarily have the means to become this guy right here, right now, you should be prioritizing everything on looking, acting, becoming. So again, it might seem like you're faking being something completely out of the ordinary, yes, but it's a part of the necessary process. And how I see it is, it's not necessarily faking because you're not being something that you don't want to be. You're being the person that you want to be, but you're jumping the timeline. So if you foresee yourself in your mind within 10 years, you see yourself driving a specific car. Let's say your favorite car is AMG G63S, and you see yourself driving that car. Picture yourself now, wear the fucking outfit you want to drive in that car. Picture your outfit, picture the amount of money you have, picture your wallet, your shoes, your cars, get really specific. And again, it might seem silly, but the moment that you kind of associate your mind with that person right here, right now, I don't think you'll be able to make a distinction anymore. Because now let's say, me, for example, let's say my pockets are empty, but I start wearing some nice jewelry and shit. Already then, I'm tricking my brain. I'm looking at myself and I feel good. Oh, what the fuck? I'm wearing drip. I'm gonna go in my mirror and say, yo, I look good. So that's already one step ahead you have over yourself, because your brain cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. That's the first fact. And I'm not just talking out of my fucking ass. Look at people who are more successful than you. They all say the same shit. Fake it till you make it. The difference is you cannot fake without action. So don't just wake up in the morning and spend all your bread on jewelry and then be broke and clock into your job and not chase whatever goal you're chasing, what you want to achieve. So it has to come hand in hand with the action part, but also the identity. That's one important thing. So first is we identified is your attire, appearance. Okay, appearance, extremely important. You have to master your appearance, what you present to people. So again, the second point that I would say is important is your environment. Okay, if you're rich, I don't think you'd be eating at McDonald's every fucking week, unless that's your thing. But personally, I don't foresee myself eating at McDonald's when I'm a multi-billionaire. So, second I will put is you have to go here to the next step, and we put environment. Okay. Environment. Holy shit. Okay? So ask yourself, when I'm rich, where would I be? Where would I hang? And all the interests that I have, I see myself. Personally, I identify myself in the future as someone who does lavish things, bougie things. I would like to go to the opera, like to go see some fucking movies on crazy resorts. Like, picture all the stuff you wanted to do as a kid that seemed impossible to you right now. Picture that shit and write it down. So, it has to be kind of concrete, because it doesn't just happen by itself. So if you are a person that's hanging in shitty environments, you're gonna attract that shitty environment into your mind. What do I mean by that? Okay, what do I mean by that? Let me break it down. Okay, for example, let's say this guy, he hangs in an environment. His friends are all from the hood. He's hanging out with gangsters, criminals, whatever the fuck it may be. I'm getting very specific because that's just something that I feel like it's so easy to identify in this day and age. Whereas most people around me, they dress and act a certain way. So, of course, I'm influenced to act and dress a certain way because that's what it is. You want to fit in, you want to look cool. It's just human nature. It has nothing to do with even faking whatever you might think it is. So that's the first step, appearance. Now, go beyond it, environment. If all you hang out with is drug dealers, criminals, for females could be girls that, do promiscuous things, hoes, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is what you will be associated with because you are in that spot. So, if you're not a guy at clubs, but you're in the fucking club, what are people gonna think about you? You're a nigga who clubs just like them. It's just illogical to be somewhere that you don't want to be. So, that's first step. Second step, sorry. Now, this guy, what environment would he be in? If it's something that showcases wealth, why not be there? So I'm not saying go to expensive restaurants all the time. I don't know, man, like expensive venues. But try making it somewhat of a habit to stop putting yourself in shitty environments, because it will affect how you associate yourself. It will affect how you see yourself if you're always around people who are not necessarily where you want to be. Versus if you're a millionaire, you preferably want to be around millionaires, even if you can't get that connection, that network. Put yourself in places where potentially they could be at. So if you're going to a shitty gym, pay a little bit extra and go to a higher end gym. You might meet people with the same kind of mindset as you. And if you, I don't know, go to different restaurants, go maybe to a more expensive restaurant. It's all just to trick your own mind at the end of the day, because your mind cannot make the distinction of who you are currently and who you want to be. It's extremely important the way you think and act, and especially your relationship with money. Because how you treat money will directly correlate how much money you make. And this is a very important tip that the wealthy talk about, but they don't share to people often. And there's a very good book that I read. It's called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And they even highlight this point, your mindset, how you treat and act with money. If you are used to being broke, you probably have a scarcity mindset, which means that you're used to thinking that you cannot afford things, that you cannot buy things, because your physical reality represents lack. So you think because you can't afford, because you're poor, you have shitty clothes, you think, oh, I can't buy this food, it's too expensive. Can't go to that gym, it's too expensive. And your mindset is not abundant. Whereas the rich, they don't ever think they cannot afford something. They know that they have a surplus of everything. And it's very difficult to get that abundant mindset when everything that you see around you is just messy. Especially if you live in the hood, you come from hard times. It's very hard, bro. So don't get me wrong. But you need to slowly get out of that rut and get an abundance mindset. And abundance doesn't mean just going out and buying a fucking Lamborghini, buying all the best things you ever want. No. It could be as simple as when you're going to go buy something and you say, oh, I can't really afford that. Treat yourself. You're hungry, you want to eat some good steak, go buy it. As long as you're not breaking your bank and overly doing things to kind of harm yourself financially, it's fine. But you need to develop a better relationship with wealth. So, whenever you see things that you like, I personally say do not hold back and get it. Because it will always come back to you, always. But it's mostly your relationship and how you interpret money that will affect how much money you will get back to become that millionaire mindset. Okay? Another thing, action. Very important. Okay, this is the final step. Action. You can have the best appearance. You can be in the best environment. You can have the best mindset. But if there is no action, it is dead. There's nothing gonna happen. Excuse me. So, think about it this way. Look at me, for example, okay? I started changing my appearance, started wearing nicer clothes, and it changed how I started thinking, because now I associate my physical image. Oh, I feel good, I look good, I'm rich, I'm that guy. It helps with the mindset. Put myself in a better environment, started going to a better gym, started frequenting better people, have better relationships with money, and started doing things that I associate myself with in the future. So that helps. But it is useless without action. If I'm just thinking all these thoughts, but I'm sitting there on my fucking ass and not doing anything to change my circumstance, what the fuck is the point? You are shooting yourself in the foot and hoping that you can start sprinting after. There's no purpose to that. The most important key aspect to this is action. In fact, your action should trump over all these things. These are very important, but your action is very, very detrimental. Okay? So you need to find an outlet to channel all of these three things, because these are all very important, but you need to channel your mind, your appearance, and your environment into something you want to do. So if you foresee yourself being, I don't know, a businessman, you can't just be broad and say you want to be a businessman. Become concrete into what kind of business you do. If you're, let's say a day trader, okay, find a way to learn about day trading, take that action and start trading. If you want to become restaurant businessman, you open a restaurant or buy a business, buy a restaurant, work in the restaurant. It doesn't have to be a grandiose action, but you need to find a way to slowly get closer and closer and closer to your desired reality. And that comes from action. It doesn't mean jumping to the finish line, but it means taking the steps to get closer to it. So it can be as simple as starting as a busboy and working your way up to be a cashier. I can't talk. It could be as simple as working as a busboy in a restaurant, then working your way up, be a server, then be a manager, and then be an owner. Next thing you know, you have a shitload of fucking restaurants. But you have to start somewhere. Step one, and then move forward. But everything is there without the action part. Okay? So I want to summarize everything. This is you right now. A little bum ass nigga that's broke as fuck. You dress like a bum, you act like a bum, you think like a bum, you dress like a bum. You don't take any action, you stay at home. Okay? This is your current version of yourself. Nothing wrong with that shit, bro. You're here to learn and grow. Okay? First, change your appearance. Change the way you dress. Picture how you would like to be in the future. How would the future version of yourself dress? If you are inspired by people, that's the best way. Mimic their dressing. Dress like Frank Sinatra, dress like fucking Franklin Singh. I don't know, bro. Just pick someone in a movie, pick someone, a businessman that you see online, and mimic their sense of appearance. It doesn't have to be carbon copies, bro, but inspire yourself on how you want to dress in the future. You like suits? Go purchase yourself a fucking suit. You like, I don't know, some nice flannels? Get yourself a fucking flannel. But you need to boss up your appearance. You like jewelry? Get yourself some fucking jewelry, bro. That's step one. Change your appearance. 2, environment. Put yourself in places that can bring you opportunities for wealth. So, go to a higher quality gym, go to nicer restaurants, go to places where you might potentially meet people with the same mindset as you. Step 3, mindset. Okay, change the way you think, change the way your relationship is with money. Think more abundantly, think that you can afford things, that you deserve money. Don't think that you're a fucking bum. You have to change your outlook on everything. And then action. Go out and fucking go after what you want. Take steps, grind, put in the fucking work. And next thing you know, because you are embodying your entire, think of it like an avatar in a game. You stepped into the avatar of who you wanted to be in the future. It's like you jumped 10 years ahead. You open your eyes, you're like, oh shit, you look like the guy you want to be. You talk like the guy you want to be. You're in the same vicinity as the guy you want to be. You think like the guy you want to be. And you act like the guy you want to be. So how the fuck can you not become him? This is the cheat code. This is the blueprint. But it takes time. It takes fucking time. But the fact that you embodied all these steps will promote you like a quantum leap. Years ahead over people who are thinking that time and effort will simply magically make them who they want to be. No. Adopt these steps and it will just come to you like this. It can happen in a matter of a year or 2 years, but become that person who you want to be first, and then things will shift. Nothing is going to change over time if you do not change. You can't expect something to magically happen if you don't first change. You want a different outcome? Put in different inputs. It's simple logic. So put in the word, change the way you dress, think, act, and everything will change for the better, man. It's literally all up to you.